Let's go through NFL history together, just you and me. And let's find, together, a more singularly transformative season as the Texans just had in 2023. 1 year where the franchise completely flipped its entire script by finding an array of pieces, foundational cornerstones. First off, at the top, got to have the head coach. Now, the Houston Texans, this past offseason, found DeMeco Ryans. DeMeco was an excellent player, played at Bama, was a two-time Pro Bowler, Defensive Rookie of the Year. But I think what he showed this season is that he just has such an innate leadership of organization, young people, team, and everybody around him. He's confident without being arrogant. He's obviously super bright. He leads without ego. He just always seems on top of everything. He's an NFL head coach that doesn't have a bevy of stupid fourth down decisions and clock management issues, which in today's NFL is an enormous win, especially as a rookie head coach. And the Texans basically got Lady Luck waving a wand over them because he played for the organization and wanted to coach the Texans. I don't think this job was all that desirable before DeMeco took it, and he was a hot commodity as a standout defensive coordinator for the Niners. But he wanted to come home to coach that organization, and the Texans will take that fortunate bounce all the way to the bank. Next, you got to have the quarterback. I'll be honest, I thought Bryce Young was the guy to take number one, so I didn't blame the Carolina Panthers for going with Young. But look at what C.J. Stroud has done this season. Going into next year, I think you can make the case that in short order, Stroud's going to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and he's probably already a top 10 QB in this league. His composure is so obvious. He's great in big spots. He's big, he's strong, big arm, totally humble, hardworking, dedicated, and he just makes all the throws that a big-time quarterback needs to make. Okay, so now you've just checked off the 2 most massive boxes in building a winner in the NFL, coach and quarterback. What do you now need? Edge rusher. Again, there's some luck involved. The Panthers wanted Bryce Young, so the Texans laid low and at number 2, grabbed Stroud. They moved up into number 3. They made that trade to the Cardinals, and they got themselves that edge rusher, Will Anderson out of Alabama. Anderson tallies 7 sacks in his rookie season, and there's just been a few plays where he's completely blown up the backfield. He's strong, he's fast, he's powerful. He's a guy that can split double teams, and you must have a hunter on the edge to get after the opposing QB. So now the Texans have that as well, one of the most important positions in the league for a winner. Don't look now, but the Houston Texans this season also found their duo of young wide receivers to pair with Stroud for a real long time. In this past draft, yes, the Stroud-Will Anderson draft, they found Tank Dell in the 3rd round. Originally, Dell began his college football career at Alabama. A&M. Then after just 1 season at Alabama A&M, moved on to Independence Community College. Then found himself at the University of Houston, where he had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, and the Texans grabbed him in the 3rd round. Dell was a revelation this year, becoming the favorite target of C.J. Stroud. He got injured midway through the season, but not before. He had 47 catches for more than 700 yards and 7 touchdowns, right among the rookie leaders in every category before that injury. Oh, and then there's Nico Collins, who just had his explosive breakout season. He was another 3rd-round pick of this organization back in 2021. His first 2 seasons, less than 500 yards receiving in each. This year, with Stroud, 80 receptions, nearly 1,300 yards, 8 scores, and that massive 75-yard touchdown bomb to end the regular season in the win over the Colts the other night. That's coach, quarterback, edge rusher, and both your wide receivers, all in 1 season. Add to that 10 victories and a playoff spot, and what franchise ever had a single season as transformative as the 2023 Texans? Also, the last 3 seasons for the Texans, 4 wins, and then last year, 3 wins. Houston just went from 3-13-1 to 10-7 and a playoff spot. People might point to the Cowboys' Herschel Walker trade, and certainly that was a big bang for that organization becoming a dynasty, but that didn't happen in just 1 season. Those picks were spread out over multiple years. The Cowboys went from 1-15 to Super Bowl champs a couple of years later, but there was a 7-9 and then an 11-5 in between those 2 years. The greatest draft in NFL history? Absolutely, without a doubt, the 1974 Steelers draft. I mean, imagine finding in the same draft 4 different Hall of Famers. Lynn Swann, Jack Lambert, John Stallworth, and Mike Webster, all from the 74 draft. Add into that Donnie Shell, who ended up going undrafted but still signed by the Steelers, and an amazing 5 guys with gold jackets in Canton all came from the 1974 rookie class. But the Steelers also had their head coach already in place for a number of years, Chuck Noll, and their most important player, Joe Green, who was the number 1 overall pick a couple of seasons earlier. The 74 draft absolutely gave the Steelers the final pieces of their would-be dynasty. They would win the Super Bowl in 1974. But again, they had made the playoffs. They had other big pieces already in place. They had gone to the AFC Championship game 2 years earlier in 72. Find it. Help me find it. What single season is as dramatic in finding everything you may need to create a winner like the Texans have found this season? For more videos like this, subscribe right here. Thanks for watching, everybody. DA, Damon Amendolara. We'll see you next time.